Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading for the first week of September 2025. Please know there's also a timeless element to this. If you're finding it at another time and you're drawn to it, know that this is the reading for you and there's messages in it for you. There are 3 paths to choose from, 1, 2 and 3. Pause the video, take a while, see which one you're the most drawn to, and then the timestamps are in the description box below so you can skip ahead to your reading. You'll also find all my details there if you'd like to reach out for a personalised, in-depth reading with me. Remember, this is collective. This is talking to many people, so not every bit may resonate with you. But if you want something completely tailored to you, your life, your soul's growth, your experience, then please reach out. Also, give it a like, share, subscribe, give me some comments, do all that stuff. It really helps the channel grow and I really appreciate it as a form of energetic exchange for this. I hope you have the most beautiful week and I will see you in your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. This is your forecast for the week ahead and the card that we have for you is Peace. Chaotic and calm. So this one has like the flip sides of things. The other oracle cards that we have for you are Afterlife, Nothing is yet set in stone with the mutable moon, and also Taurus and Cultivate. So the energy coming through for you this week is very much this need for this Taurus energy. So Taurus is a earth sign, so it's very, very grounded, rooted. Wants its feet sturdy in the ground. It's got that strong root system. It's just giving that level of grounded thinking, stability within all things. And this is this peace, this calm that we speak of. Like Taurus is slow moving, it's an earth sign. So it already has about it that sense of calm, and it says cultivate here. So it very much feels like this week is you cultivating the places of calm and peace within your life to ensure that you do not lose your footing. Because we've got some of this chaos energy coming through here with these waves here in this mutable moon card, and then the waves that I'm seeing, the waves, the clouds with this, the afterlife, this transformation, this uprising, this lifting, afterlife, death, rebirth. Like this is where the chaos feels like, even like feeling into this part of this card, it like the energy going through me feels very overwhelmed. So I feel like sensory wise through the week, ensuring your groundedness is really going to help you with anything that is that chaos, that sense of overwhelm. Have you been finding that you've had that like turbulence within your life already leading up to this, or it may just hit this week? But it's like with this like waves, ebbs and flows is life, and it's almost as in like we're in an ebbing. Like the waves here are a bit chaotic, they feel a bit rough and ragged, and everything around you just may have that chaotic turbulence to it this week. But we have this with the nothing is yet set in stone. So knowing that the chaos that may unfold throughout the week, or that may already have been building and is already present within your reality, is not the actual thing that is set in stone. It's not the thing that is going to be grounded and rooted. All you can do amongst it is really ground and root yourself so that this stuff can happen around you, but it's almost as if like knowing this stuff will pass. And anything within your mindset, in your mind frame that may be causing this could just be completely and utterly within the mind. So if you're overthinking, anxious, worried, like keep panicking, thinking disastrous thoughts, thinking nothing's ever going to go your way, you know, that like doom and gloom sort of mindset thinking, is that stuff is like, that's not set in stone. That's not something that's actually a guarantee. This is just your mindscape creating this stuff and creating this turbulence. And that's not actually truth. But all we can do in this moment is really like get these feet back down to earth. So depending on what the weather's doing, it's chopping and changing a bit here at the moment. So it may be that that continues. But if it is beautiful, glorious weather to go walk around barefoot, I do recommend it. I mean, if you want to walk around barefoot on muddy ground, absolutely have your fill too. Sensory wise, for me, that would be an absolute nightmare. Okay, let's get some tarot to further delve into the week for you. Some further, oh, there we go. Further advice, guidance, clarity for pile one for the week ahead. We are ignoring every single card that falls on the floor. I don't know if you can hear them falling around me, but it happens a lot. Okay. So we will get some clarifiers for these as well. But let's just start off with the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords has come out in the reverse view. So this is a card that is about this, like, something in your mind where you're lying to yourself, and then potentially with that lying to others. So this definitely feels like creating things in your mind and like catastrophizing, like absolutely like doom and gloom, thinking the worst of the worst. Nothing's ever going to go your way. That person will never love you. That person will never come back to you. You won't get the job. You'll lose this. You'll lose, you know, like anything like that. Anything that's keeping you stuck in this mindscape that is like just creating this absolute chaos. I mean, it's really needing to like bring light to it, bring calm to it, like really see it from a different perspective. And just like, so have that awareness this week that you have this element of overthinking, and overthinking, your mind will be a chaotic space. So like the best thing you can do is that grounding. So like bringing that chaos from the mind and bringing it down, all the way down into your feet, into the earth, so that you're not like so stuck in the chaos within the mind. Let's just get clarification. And we have it with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So double seven reverse there. And the Seven of Wands is a card when it's in the reverse that talks of like feeling like you're under attack, feeling that you're misunderstood. And then it's an actual need to have better energetic boundaries up. So there's definitely something here within this week of really paying attention to that mindscape, so that you like all of this stuff is conjecture. Everything that's occurring is very much, it's not to say there's certain bits that aren't based on reality, but that catastrophizing element is not going to help you. It's going to just create more chaos. So what we need to do is ground, root, find as much calm within the chaos as we possibly can, get ourselves to that eye of the storm, so that we just have a bit more clarity with things, so that we can just move forward with a bit more ease. And then we have the Three of Cups. And this is a card about community and friendships and joy. It's a card about celebration. And then we have the Divine Feminine with that symbol there very much coming through. So I very much feel like this is a week where you can really lean on your friends, lean into your sisters, lean on that community support. Ensure that what you've got around you is people that celebrate you, lift you up, like that are bringing joy in, that really fill your cup, not only fill your cup, but raise their own and celebrate with you. So, and it will really help you step out of that mindset, really step away from the chaos by actually just immersing yourself in the holding of people. Let's just get clarification for it. Yeah, and we have the Two of Wands, and this is like a gateway, and this is this dreamer aspect. So reignite this joy and oomph for things with the people around you, with community, because what it's going to really help with is this dreaming aspect, this onwards looking. Because this week the chaos is there, but what we actually do want to do is shift away from that chaos into that calmer, so we can just actually start to see that pathway forward, start to dream again, start to like plan that onward adventure from whatever it is in your mindscape currently that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you from really stepping into where you're supposed to be, stepping into your power, and just, yeah, leaning in to that, so that there's this onwards motion going forwards after this week. We have the 8, which is the Strength card in the reverse. And this is a card that speaks about self-doubt, being completely and utterly like blocked by fear. But like, this is then saying it's about this is this exercise in your mind control, in your self-control, in your impulse to go towards self-destructive tendencies, staying in the chaos because it's either what you know or you understand it, or there's some attachment there within the chaos that needs to be like, you know, cord cutted and like separated from now, but you don't want to break that attachment. So this week is this whole process will really actually help you find your strength, like to get this card the right way up, which is the way we want it. We always want the strength in the upright. And let's just get a clarification. The Sun. Yeah, it's about finding that joy, that optimism, leaning into this friend card that came before. Finding that spark, finding that joy, remembering hope, remembering calm over chaos, joy over negativity. Really paying attention to your mindset this week, and that it is very powerful. Our mindsets are very powerful. So the more you can lean in to the more positive ilk of things, it will really, really assist you. Even though it feels uncomfortable, it may feel really unorganic to you. It may not be what you're used to, but just trying to catch yourself, remind yourself. A daily practice here of positive affirmations could come in really handy. I definitely recommend the discomfort of doing them in front of a mirror. Like look yourself in the eyes whilst you tell yourself that you are strong, that you can have it all, that like whatever it is, whatever affirmation affirms the positive side of whatever the chaos and the negativity is within your mindscape. Because we have the world here, and this is a completion stage. This actually talks about this joy, this achievement, this happy endings. And then this is that marker point that takes you onto a new journey, takes you onto that new starting of the major arcana, the Fool's Journey. So there's something here that's really asking you to work with this, because something wants to come to completion and it's really nearing, so a new journey can begin. What is it here with this Two of Wands? This person's dreaming. They have a globe here, and then they have this picture of their camper van, and they're looking out of a window with this gateway because they want that adventure. So what is this for you? What do you want your life to look like? What shifts is it that you actually want? Because this is saying the completion can occur. It's wanting to come in. That timing is landing. The timing is right. But if you stay within the chaos, how are you going to find the doorway? Ooh. And then we have the King of Wands. So yeah, this is very much about this really push forwards, passion, like having that ability to lead yourself through the door, to really step up and take charge and be the leader of your own life, be the leader of your like existence, and be able to push forward in a way that really serves you and that is really aligned with that fire in your belly. And we have the Five of Cups here. And this is a card that talks about grieving. It can talk about disappointment, and it leans into a bit of like the self-pity, some of that self-worthy stuff that's coming up a bit here, and can indicate a broken heart. So what it feels like, especially with everything else, and then this chaos, is that, and this leaving here, this energy from this card, is that this level here of like, this shift is going to assist in this part, in whatever grief, in whatever chaos you've been sitting in. And it's going to assist in you actually letting it go. One card, please. Yeah. This talks about the moon as the subconscious. It talks about our fears and our worries and the stuff that is hidden. So through this process, you're really going to find some deep truths about yourself as to whatever this has been. There's actually like, so the chaos, if you're worried that this person may never come back, you may never get them back, and it's never going to work, and how can it possibly work, or something like that, say that's your mindscape. What's happening with this process and you stepping up and finding this doorway and finding this joy and this push forwards is it will help with the heartbreak you've been going through, and it will actually bring to the surface something that's actually much deeper than the thing you've been fretting about. It's like the lines, the links that actually go well deeper into your subconscious of childhood patterns, of something in a past life even. There's something here in this linking that needs to leave you, that this was just a lesson. This is just the chaos on the surface. It's linked to something else. And that will actually be brought up to leave. It'll be like, it really feels, the energy I'm getting is very much epiphany moment. Something will land if you manage to find this sense of peace and groundedness within the chaos, where you actually like, It's like you get to the eye of the storm and you actually see its purpose. When you're stuck in it, you're just stuck in the storm. But in that eye, it's like, oh my God, I see why I'm here. I see the purpose of this. I see the purpose of this chaos, and like finding some sort of peace within that, rootedness, groundedness. So yeah, the advice for this week, guys, truly is, keep saying it, find the calm within the chaos, find that calm in your mind, really lean into self-care practices that help you with that, grounding practices, meditation. Like even when you have a shower, just imagine that you're being cleansed, and then really lean on your community for support to remind you of the joyous things in life, of the joyous things in you. But there's this real energy of stepping out of a way of being and into a new way, and some clarity really coming through, possibly end of the week, as to the deeper links as to whatever this has been. I hope this helped, guys. I will leave this here. Like it if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought, all of that jazz and that stuff. If you want to reach out for a personalized reading, my details are in the description box below, and I'll see you in my next reading. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. This is your forecast for the week ahead, and the card we have for you is Perceptive, Oblivious, and Aware. These are like two flip sides of the same coin type of thing. We also have Cycles of Change, Your Hard Work is Paying Off, New Moon in Capricorn, and Gemini, Cross-Pollinate. So there's something really coming this week for you where you're going to see clearly, you're going to have that perception, that awareness, like how beautiful things that you were oblivious to before or weren't certain of before, you're going to become much more aware. They're going to make much more sense. It's like this calm is coming through. And this is really indicating at this moment, or there's something in this shift this week with the cycles of your life and your hard work is paying off, that something's really going to shift and move for you this week. Something's going to land in a way it hasn't before. Something you've been struggling to like get moving or feeling was going to fail or something like that is really, really going to hit and start to land. Doesn't mean it's going to land in absolute glory. It's just like the train, the image I'm getting is like a train will slowly start chugging along, where before you're like, why the fuck is this train not moving? Why is it stationary? Why is nothing happening? Even though you're doing all the bits and bobs you can to try and make it work and nothing's occurring, it's like the train will actually start to have motion this week, because we have this new moon in Capricorn. So new starts, new beginnings, that you planting that seed of intention for something to grow type of thing within a new moon. And Capricorn is like the hard working zodiac sign. And this is like all the efforts you've been putting in, you're finally going to be doing something, and you're going to see it. It's starting a new cycle. So this feels like a very big week where you really like awaken, your eyes open, you really start to see clearly. And then we have the Gemini here, cross-pollinate. And Gemini is the sign, it's that curious sign. It knows how to network, it's chit-chatty. It can be said of like it that it's two-faced, but that's definitely not the energy I'm getting. We'll just chuck it in there. And with this cross-pollinate, it's like this doorway is opening, and then it's going to give you this option to like create things you never thought were creatable before. It's like this thing you've been working on is going to open this doors, and the train's going to start going along. But these options are going to come in where you're like, those things that you were doing have actually opened a doorway for something else. And I just noticed there's a little mermaid talking into this figure's ear. So there's definitely something here about networking, communication, opening doorways with people, and like actually then like collaborations coming through. So pay attention to your conversations this week. Pay attention to where things like start to open and wake up in your reality, but also pay attention to the people that are around, or the conversations you're having, either face to face or, you know, through your networks, at a community event, at the gym, on social media. Like, it doesn't matter where these conversations are taking place. In fact, the fact that it's Gemini and it's Mercury ruled, it really could be internet links that are something quite strong for you this week. So just pay attention, because the ability to then, for you to then in this new cycle build, but then potentially build and build crazy things you could have never dreamed of, because you've got half of this stuff to add, but someone else has this other crazy amount of stuff to add, and with that you can make beautiful crazy stuff. Like, just pay attention and be really aware of what is happening around you this week. Let's pull some tarot for you to get some more guidance for the week ahead. You want that one. That one. We're gonna keep those two together because they came out together. And one more, please. Oh, that one. Oh, sorry, that was a very loud bang. That was unnecessary. So first off, we have the Nine of Wands, and this is a card about grit and perseverance. This is a card about saying, like, you've gone the distance, you've gone Ace to 9 Wands, you've gone through the battles, and you've just got to keep on pushing because you've got to make it to 10, and you're not quite there yet. But my God, how far you've come. And with this new cycle of change, this is push. Your hard work is paying off. That doesn't mean quit the hard work yet. It's just this push forwards. Keep on going with the same energy that you have been pushing with already. And if you've like felt a bit slack recently, put that effort back in once more, just to really like get you over the finish line. Because then we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse as its clarifier. And the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse talks about giving up too early. It can be about it being impatient and losing faith. So I really feel like with that grit and perseverance, it's like if you have been losing the faith, didn't think you were going to make it, this isn't going to happen, that person's just not interested, whatever the scenario may be, don't lose faith. Keep on going. Keep pushing. And then there's also this element, I'm looking again at this mermaid in the ear. Be careful of who is also that level of be careful who is in your ear. Is what someone is saying to you actually benefiting you? Is it actually pulling you down? So yeah, in that sense, with that two-facedness, that chit-chatty, that negative things that can come through with the Gemini card here. So do be aware, pay attention to opportunities, but pay attention to who may be sabotaging you from behind the scenes. So we have the Page of Cups, and the clarifier is the Death and Rebirth card in the reverse. And the Page of Cards is a dream. Page of Cards. Page of Cups, even. Let's get it right. Page of Cups is a dreamer. Absolute dreamer. Pages are younger energies. And this, you can't see it because I've moved the thing. Pigs can fly. That's the energy of the Page of Cups card. It's beautiful. Expect magic and synchronicity and things just to land this week, and really lean into it. Open your eyes to it and be joyful for it. Really lean into it, because we have Death and Rebirth in the reverse as that clarifier. And there's no bad cards in tarot, so it's not doom and gloom. This is a card that talks about potential like fear of change and clinging to the past. So with this, and then these two cards as that, like, don't give up. Don't cling to the past. Do not fear change. Grit and perseverance, push forwards, and keep this dreamer pigs can fly attitude. There's very much an energy of not going backwards. And then we have the Five of Cups here. It's not the Five of Cups. I'm lying to you. It is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is a card about that, like, losing faith. A card about a disillusionment. It's a card about difficulties, a card about feeling left outside in the cold. But there's a doorway here and a key here. You just got to lift your head up. And I pulled it already with the Justice card that came with it. And this is about balance and equality and justice and karmic justice, fairness. So it feels very much like, don't get caught in this week. It's really about lifting your head up. Keep pushing, keep going, keep dreaming. Do not get stuck in negative thought patterns. Do not get stuck or clinging to things that do not serve you, because they're preventing you from seeing the door. Lift your head up, see the door, the key is there. And there's something about this with this justice, that it will bring you equilibrium, but it will also, it's something, the fact that it's the karmic justice that's really ringing clear in my mind. This is this whole situation, and whatever's trying to pull you back, whatever's made you lose faith, whatever's made you lose that oomph, is part of a karmic pattern, but this will be coming into balance this week. Another clarifier there is the 8 of Swords in the reverse. And the 8 of Swords in the reverse is a card that talks about feeling helpless. It's like feeling like a victim, being a victim, and then using the stuff of the past as that excuse not to push forwards. So guys, that energy this week is really, this new cycle is opening up to you, but you're going to miss it. This is that perception part under here. If you stay stuck in the doom, gloom, I can't, I'm no good, I'm useless, self-pity, I want to cling to the past, all of that stuff, you'll stay oblivious to this doorway that's opening to you. Become aware of what is around you, what the opportunities that are landing for you this week. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles, the last card in the reverse. And this card, that we want this in the upright because we want this flow of abundance that it's showing. And in the reverse, it shows a lack of that flow. You're either giving too much or not giving enough. And it's this like, or unable to accept help when you need to accept help, or an inability to give help when you really should be needing to give help. Let's get a clarifier for this. We need this flow. This flow, and this is all going to be linked to this. Because on the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. Don't be drawn back into a pattern that is linked to the Devil, where the Devil is trying to, like, the Devil is not about flow. The Devil is not about this give and take that is equal, that is fair, that is in alignment. And then with this Justice, it's like you've got this equilibrium, and it's like something is coming to shake that. But what you actually need, like, this is the dreamer aspect, dreaming of this 10 of Cups, this emotional like connection, this emotional stability. This is joyous and optimistic, and this is hitting all of this like abundance, the 10 of Cups, but there's not a give and flow to give you that. And that's what the Devil's kind of coming in with. The Devil won't actually offer you that because it's not a full-on flow. It's not give and take enough. You need the like flow of this to be able to get this, but it feels like there's going to be something. So really watch out, like that mermaid in the ear. Watch out for either what people are saying, people that may be sabotaging you, or someone that may land and come back in to take you off track. And be aware that what they're offering is not fair, and it doesn't work both ways. So ensure anything that's working with other people, like I said, with that communication, that networking of the Gemini earlier, ensure it is fair. So having that perception about the offerings that are coming in. So I think there's great things that can be offered, but there's also that potential, and it could be both. Great things offered, some things may not be as they seem. So really paying attention to the things, to the people, to the conversations, just to ensure that the Devil is not taking you like off track. But it's definitely this grit, this perseverance, this push forwards. Keep that dreamer energy to lift your head up. There's like, it's like feels like almost like that, like it's like you're going to get your equilibrium back if you do this, but then something's going to kind of come back in. It's like energetic and this karmic bit, something's going to come back in. You kind of land your footing a bit, and then something will come in and like Devil come in, knock you a bit. So just beware, just have that awareness of the week. I will leave it there, guys. I hope this helped. Like, subscribe, share, do all those things. They're wonderful, great energetic exchange, and they really help. If you'd like a personalized reading, please reach out. Details are in the description box below, and I'll see you on my next reading. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. The card we have for you for the week ahead is Confusion, Fearful and Serene. Two flip sides of the coin. We also have Taking Back Your Power. New Moon in Gemini, communication is key, and then this solar flares activate. So with the solar flares, this activate, this is a card that talks about solar flares, obviously, but with this, the gift of this is like this activation, something really like lighting up that is fire related, that passion, oomph, to like inspire and send you this extra voltage energy to just get up and go and push forwards with change and push forwards in a way that really magnifies But with that also, that like flip side is that tempers may flare. Careful where you use that flame. Is it going to scorch the ground? Like, is it too much? And then we've got this taking back your power. So this element of it, like this activation point of bringing back that fire, bringing back that power for you. But like just have an awareness of the power of that flame, of that activation, and how it could burn. And people are coming through strongly here when we have communication as key with the new moon in Gemini. So new moon, new beginning, something really, really an opening this week. But that communication part definitely feels like whatever's happening this week is linked to a person. Taking your power back from a person or a situation. This could be a partner, ex-partner, a work colleague, a family member, a friend, any and all of the above. But the way in which you communicate will be key this week to ensure you're not burning bridges, to ensure you're not burning somebody's heart, scorching the ground on which they stand. Making sure that fire is used so it's really activating to push you forwards. Because this card here, card for the week, the confusion, fearful or serene. And there's this like ragdoll dropping energy to this. And it really feels like, because this is the first card we're moving over here, that where you have been lost in the dark, free falling in a really uncomfortable way and really not sure like where you're free falling to, when you're going to land, anything like that, it feels as if there's an element of this taking back your power, of like grabbing onto a rope this week, grabbing onto something, so that there's not this free fallingness anymore. The fear is shifting. You're taking the power back because you want to find the serenity. That flame within is igniting that may have not been here, which is why you were free falling in the darkness and had that scaredness. But now we have this, like the light, something is sparking within you. That solar flare, that solar plexus spark, that fire is going to activate within your being. And then there's that like works as that guiding light. Let's see what the tarot has to say for you for the week ahead. More guidance, clarity, insights, please, for my pile 3. We'll keep those two together. Okay. I will say straight off, because this is a repeat card on top of, we had Gemini, a different Gemini card, but Gemini in the last pile. If you were drawn to pile 2 as well, please go check it out. There may be information in there for you that you find of use. So the first card that we have is the Page of Swords in the reverse. And this is a card that is a card about like some nervous energy, and it's nervous within the mindscape. Is that this, what we're talking about underneath, this confusion, this fear? And that need, we want the Page of Swords in the upright. So a need to get out of that nervous energy, out of that fearful energy. It's time to really, it really is time to take your power back, to really shift out of this mindset that you have been in, this over worrying, overthinking, fearfulness. And because we have the 7 of Swords here, and this is a card that talks, because it's swords again, so we're in the same element, the air element. And this is a card that can talk, as you can see here, about deception and betrayal. And we have it with the King of Cups in the reverse. And I said this is related to people, so I really feel like there's somebody that's not in their emotional power. They are not emotionally heart-led. They are not tapped into their sensitivities. They are not tapped into that empathic nature, with the King of Cups in the reverse. That is causing this confusion, that has in some way betrayed you. And it could be a betrayal because they didn't live up to their expectations. Maybe they were saying they were a King of Cups in the upright, and it turns out that they were not. Maybe that is the betrayal. Maybe they have actually betrayed you in some way. Cheated on you, stolen from you, I don't know, something like that. Do you know what I mean? Many ways in which you can betray. Because this is someone that is, like I said, not in touch with their emotions. They are so easily triggered. They are temperamental and in desperate need of self-care. And it could indicate a man because it is a king, but this can be anybody. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in the reverse is a card about feeling helpless. And like, it's someone that is not able to lean in to the positivity of what the world is actually offering them. Like an inability to move ahead. They feel helpless. They feel like a victim. But all of these feelings are actually keeping you from prosperity. And it feels like I said this link here to somebody this week. This is what they are like doing. This is the energy that they are giving. But what we actually need here is this Knight of Pentacles. This is the most slow moving knight in the deck because it's like methodical, determined. They build securely and safely, and they expand in that way because they're doing it. They're not in a rush. They do it slowly. So knowing that this activation, this taking your power back, is that initial starting point. You're not straight onto your throne, into your power with everything reclaimed. It's that starting initial inkling of taking your power back, and then that like movement to doing so, to get yourself out of this trapped, fearful confusion. I'm being really drawn to this crow, raven, whatever it is, and how loud it is. So your mindscape is loud, but it feels like that loud mindscape is not necessarily yours, in the sense of it's someone else's hooks, it's someone else's words, it's someone else's stuff. And what we need to do is start planting the seeds and paving the way away from that. Yeah, because this is actually guiding you towards. So we've got the Hierophant first. Let's start with that. Let's and the Hierophant is a card that talks about this enlightenment, this path upwards through learning, whether it's traditional from a spirit guide, a mentor, like there's some sort of learning that is occurring that is building this enlightenment. So there's something, this taking back your power, this spark, this activation that's happening within, where you see a bit more clarity and you start to see this doorway up, and realizing that you've been locked out in the cold because of these hooks that we're in. And we're going to start slowly planting seeds away, because it's heading towards this is a divine union. This is a merging. Two of Cups is a beautiful card. I love the Two of Cups. It's probably one of my favorite cards in the deck, because it talks about soulmates, friendships, connected hearts, kindred spirits, a union, a merging, a balancing. So there's definitely something about taking your power back and shifting away from something that was more toxic, that's actually going to take you towards something so much more in alignment, so much more balanced. And this can be love. Like I said, this could also be work stuff, family stuff, anything like this, but it's guiding you towards more emotional balance and a merging together of something that is very for you. So really trust that fire when it comes back in. That's going to guide you to take your power back. Do be careful with that. Communication is key. Be careful how you're using that fire. Yes, take your power back and potentially like burn bridges here, but we don't need to do that in a horrible way. You could burn bridges without being brutal. And also communicating this, the page, and there's confusion and fear, communicating with yourself in a beautiful way. Let's go positive. Slowly, slowly plant it. Get this power back, slowly plant these seeds of intentions. We're heading towards this. This is that thing that's been activated, and this is where we're going to go. But yeah, be careful of communication this week. I will leave it there for you guys. If you like this reading, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I will see you in my next reading.